So today we will study about the cervical plexus and ansa cervicalis. You can see there is a loop found between the C1, C2 and C2, C3. And we can also see that lesser occipital nerve arises from the C2 and great auricular nerve arises from the C2 and C3. Transverse nerve of the neck also arises from the C2 and C3. You can also see that supraclavicular nerve arises from the C3 and C4. Phrenic nerve also arises from the C3, C4 and C5. Most of the fibers of phrenic nerve coming from the C4 root. Then you can see the muscular branches. Rectus capitis anterior, rectus capitis lateralis and longus capitis, which are the prevertebral muscles supplied by the root of the ventral ramus of C1. From C2 you can also see that there is a nerve to sternocleidomastoid. This nerve, which are arising from the C2, this nerve is a proprioceptive nerve, not a motor nerve, because motor supply of sternocleidomastoid from the spinal branch of accessory nerve. We can also see that from C2 and from C3 and C4 there is also two nerves which are going to the trapezius muscle. These are also proprioceptive nerves, which are not the motor nerves. You can see that there are two nerves, one from C4 and one from C3 for levator scapulae muscle. Means levator scapulae muscles are supplied by not only supplied by the C3 and C4 root, but also supplied by the dorsal scapular nerve. Now, on the medial side of cervical plexus, you can see that the branch coming from the C1 joining the hypoglossal nerve, and it divides into the one ascending branch and one descending branch. The ascending branch is the recurrent meningeal nerve, which enters into the cranial cavity along with the hypoglossal nerve through the hypoglossal canal and supply the meninges of the brain. The descending branch follow the hypoglossal nerve, and in the lower part it divides into the two branches. The branch which follow the hypoglossal nerve supply two muscles, geniohyoid, which is a muscle of the tongue, and thyrohyoid muscle, and the another branch forms the superior root of ansa cervicalis. We can also see that some fibers coming from the C2 and C3, they join and form the inferior root of ansa cervicalis. This bent part is called ansa cervicalis, and it has superior root which is formed by the C1 and C1 fibers, and inferior root which is formed by the fibers of the C2 and C3. From the superior root, one branch arises which supply the superior belly of homohyoid. Superior belly of homohyoid is supplied by the superior root of ansa cervicalis. And from the ansa cervicalis, from the ansa part, means from the bent part, three nerves arises. One supply the sternohyoid, the another supply the sternothyroid, and the third one supply the inferior belly of homohyoid. So from the dependent part, three nerves arises. One supply the sternohyoid, second supply the sternothyroid, and third supply the inferior belly of homohyoid. And from the superior root, that nerve supply the superior belly of homohyoid. This cervical plexus is continuous with the brachial plexus, and it lies anterior to the scalenus medius muscle, and it is covered by prevertebral fossa. Just anterior to the prevertebral fossa there is carotid sheath, and just above the carotid sheath sternocleidomastoid muscle is there. Means if you want to see this plexus, first you have to remove the sternocleidomastoid, then carotid sheath will come. We have to retract this, and we have to remove the prevertebral fossa. Then you can see all these plexus in the upper part. If you want to see the ansa cervicalis, then you have to dissect the carotid triangle. Ansa cervicalis is present in the carotid triangle. You can see in the next picture. So in this picture you can see the ansa cervicalis. This is ansa cervicalis, and in the dissected body it is easily seen, and it is embedded in the carotid sheath. This is hypoglossal nerve. This nerve is hypoglossal nerve, and this is superior root of ansa cervicalis. This is inferior root of ansa cervicalis, and it is formed by the C2 fibers and C3 fibers. These are the three branches of ansa cervicalis, and this is the branch from the superior root which supplies the superior belly of homohyoid. And you can see here that there are also two branches. The first branch is, this is sternocleidomastoid muscle. This is removed from here, and this is the great auricular nerve, and this is lesser occipital nerve, which are the whose root value is C2 and C3. They are coming out from the C2 and C3. This is the loop found between the C2 and C3. You can also show this is the spinal part of accessory nerve, and two nerves joining them from the C3 and C4. These nerves supply the trapezius. These two are proprioceptive nerves, and the branches coming out from the C3 and C4, these two branches directly supply the levator scapulae. This muscle is levator scapulae. You can see here, this is phrenic nerve, and the root value of phrenic nerve is C3, C4 and C5. It is coming from C5. So it's all about the ansa cervicalis and cervical plexus. This is very important for the exam. Ansa cervicalis repeatedly asked as a short notes in the exams.